Hello guys, it's Zulisian here with Let's Play The Division 2 in 2026, and this is episode 3. Today's exploration, I kind of left it a little bit blank as to what we were going to do in the last episode, and I have noticed that my Spider-Man 2 reference was, my Spider-Man reference was completely inappropriate because it was a football player. But when I'm doing the voiceover, I can't see as clear a detail because the playback, even though it's high quality, it's cramped. I'm recording on 3440 by 140, I think, or 1440. So the resolution is skewed. But we're going off today with linking on from what we just finished. We just finished in the Jefferson Trade Center. So this is a cutscene.
Here was busy waking up Isaac. I kicked in a few doors.
Did you learn anything?
Some new cuss words.
Anything useful?
I know where we can find out where the cure was sent.
The capital. We can't get past those defenses.
Not yet. But once we reconnect to our satellite network and get the main shade node online, we should be back at full strength. Then we'll be ready.
Okay, well in the meantime, we have intel President Allen survived the crash. He's being held by one of the factions. Locating him should be a priority.
Oh, fuck that. There could be another major outbreak anytime soon. We don't need some politician. We need that cure.
We might need him to access it. It'll be somewhere secure.
Right.
Now, there's quite a lot of play acting in these cutscenes. The characters can be a bit pissy. Lots of attitude, lots of drama. I guess it's to emulate sort of the despair of what, the situation that they're all in. But now that we've completed the 2 first missions and come back to the White House, and Isaac is now online, it's now going to teach us how to open safe houses. Of course, we have come across a safe house already in the last episode. However, for the purpose of the video, we are going to go over to the safe house, unlock it, and enjoy that. Now, I can teleport, as you can see, I can teleport back to the mission that we've already completed in the last episode. So the Grand Washington Hotel is now a teleport point, much like the control points that you can unlock and bases. It just makes getting around the map a lot more simple. You're not spending as much time messing around and running. We are going to just run through here. If I see a loot box on the way, I'm going to pick one up. Now, there is an easier way to find loot in the open world. And when I mean loot, I mean those cases. When you own a control point, and we're going to be doing open world activities today, including the control point, you'll be able to see that once you've provided the control point officer with food, components, or water, or all 3, it grants you an unlock bonus if you give enough of them, where you can see containers easily through walls and further away. It's much more convenient. I think there's an unlock, but there's an arrow pointing us to the safe zone. Now, I was looking for the orange circle but couldn't actually find one. I might be ignoring it. There's another arrow on the floor there. Let's just see if there's any containers around here that I can open. There's no circle there, but I'm certain there's a container I can open around here somewhere. There's another arrow. This one's floating in the air. That's one thing that we kind of have to accept in a game of this age, is that some things in the original game, that's the safe room. There's someone down there in the public zone so you can see them. But yeah, in games like this, unfortunately, the age shows through when things start coming away from their environment and floating or coming, that happens, unfortunately, because when they're updating the game and moving little things in the game world, it kind of impacts other tiny little things like a bit of paint on the wall, and it's not that big of a deal.
Looks like you got your hands full.
So I've used the computer. That's the first thing you need to do in there, because that unlocks everything. It shows you where the SHD tech caches are, where activities are, and other things. It'll show you side missions, and it will show you
control point identified.
I can't remember what else I was thinking there. I was thinking of something. It might come back to me. I don't know. So we're going to head over to... well, I'm going to be collecting some caches today, but we're going to head over to this control point, demolition site. We walked past this before. I even came in here and showed you a little bit of it right before I went into the apparel window. So that might be in the first episode. I'm going to create some loot. Now, it's showing me on the screen, if I hold F, I can call nearby allies. Now, I'm not going to do it on this occasion because I'm going to do 2 control points on this run through. And on the second one, I'm going to call them before I attack. On the first one, I'm going to call them after I finish attacking. One thing that I have to get used to as a hardcore agent is using my skills. I don't tend to use my skills very much. One of them is to revive me, and one of them is there as an aggro, extra damage, etc. And I really do forget to use it quite a lot. Now, I'm trying to aim at his explosive pack there, and I keep missing it because he's actually walking in such a way that makes it quite difficult to hit it. So sometimes being further away is easier to hit them because you've got that. The NPC isn't trying to hide it as much. So I'm going to set off the allies' flare. It did just go through the top of that building, but we won't talk about that. And immediately after setting that off, the second wave of the control point has now been triggered. So the first wave is the defenders, and the second wave is the attackers that are trying to take it back. And it's really, at this level, it's very easy. I mean, we're on normal difficulty or even story mode difficulty. I don't quite know. But it's very, very simple. It's very easy. You're not really going to die doing this. A little bit of fun. Yeah, have fun with it. Try different builds with it. This mounted weapon is just great because it just absolutely destroys them. And it kind of gets a little bit boring, to be honest. Just waiting for them to finally get over here. The enemy's now been spawned, and once I kill him, I start to realise that the enemy is not coming to me. He sort of sits there and is doing nothing, so I'm going to aggro him by shooting near him. That sort of works. Now I'm trying to peek through the fence, because sometimes you can shoot through some of the fences in this game, and you know if you can because you'll get a red marker. I wasn't getting one there, and then that guy starts shooting at me through the fence, so I join in. Why not? He's run away from me, but now these guys have come, so let's get rid of these. So even though that was an elite enemy, you can see the difficulty is low enough that this is effectively hand-holding you through the story. And this is one of the times that grenades are effective. So NPCs will always jump away from grenades, and you saw that in the last episode. But when an NPC is jumping up or jumping down from another level of another level, they're going up or down, normally that animation takes enough time that if you time it right, you can throw a grenade, it will guarantee damage on them. They won't be able to dodge it in time. So I've just looted the loot room. It gave me a couple of bits of loot. Now, I did escape from the menu. That's me being me. I just escape and let it drop to the floor and then tab it into my into junk straight away. I kind of got to get used to not doing that. This is SHD cache. It's just outside of this control point I've just taken. Now, as you can see on the left-hand side, I've got a project called Downtown Liberation, and I need to collect 4 of these caches. I've already got 1, and I also need to top up a control point, resupply one. So this is the projects menu, and it's worth doing. I get 1,980 XP, and I get a bounty called Meat Wagon. So I've teleported over to the SHD cache mini mission. Unfortunately, I accidentally killed everyone before I started recording. It was complete habit. So just pretend I've just killed everyone. Pew, pew, pew. This guy I didn't kill. He's meant to be on our team. He doesn't look like he's had a very nice day. He could just be resting. So let's not assume he's dead. You know? He could be resting very still. You know? Anyway, come inside. As usual, the light effects are just absolutely annoying at times. It's lovely in the sense of a world environment point of view, but honestly, the transition from light to dark, it's too realistic. But yeah, we're going to walk down this lovely corridor that's very vastly decorated. We've got some lovely slogans on the wall, including "Wake Up Sheep." We'll empty out this vending machine. It'll give me some water, or +1 soda, should I say. More dramatic opening of a lift here. Now this one we've got to drop down and drop down again. And then we're into the main mission area of the mini mission, shall I say. We're just going to clear out this little area, pick up the tech cache that I've been asked to collect, and then see what's next. Not too difficult, as you can see. Of course, I go past where I need to go, because why not make it difficult? Like I said, I can't even tell Spider-Man from a footballer, so obviously I clearly need to go to Specsavers. If you're American, it's an optician's. So I'm going to kill off all these guys that have just spawned. So now that we've picked up the tech cache, the mission has decided that more enemies are going to attack us now, because how dare you pick up that tech cache? So I'm going to bring out the drone, finally actually using the thing, and pick off all these enemies. I'm not in a great position. I've come over here and very little cover. All I've really got is this beam, but I'm going to use it to its fullest of advantage and just focus on the people that can see me. There is one behind me. I saw him spawn, but it was too late, and I didn't take much damage from him. Now sometimes, I mean, you can see there I took disorientation by killing that guy's pack. Now that was advantageous for me because two of them were attacking me at the same time. So even though I got disorientated, so did the two that were attacking me, and it just negated the damage that I could have took. I'm still looking for containers. That's me just trying to get as much loot as possible. In these lifts, you've got these little zip lines. Both have a zip line in them. There's no difference from them. Both go the same place. I don't know why there's two. Maybe just aesthetic, I'm assuming. And this is the final area of this mini mission. We've got a couple of people to remove from existence. Okay, so those people no longer exist in the world. Rest in peace and all that. I'm not sure if they want cremating. We'll collect our a little loot drop here, and then we'll head out back into the open world, and that should complete the mission if I remember rightly. And as you can see, once again the continuity playing out, much like the hotel. We've now come out the doors next to the guy that's asleep. Yeah, he's not dead, he's asleep. It's given me a blueprint, flash hider 7.62, which means I can now craft that flash hider, and it allows me to attach that flash hider to my weapon. It also gives me 6 tech cache. So this is the second control point we're doing on this open world playthrough today, and this time I'm going to just get in a position where I can defend myself, but also I'm going to set off call nearby allies straight away. And as you can see, all the enemies are instantly made aware of my presence. So when you're choosing whether you set that off or not, 9 times out of 10, if you call that, your allies aren't going to help you before you've finished it off, or most of it's finished off. So there's no benefit to calling it straight away, unless obviously you want to just immediately trigger the re-offense where they try and take it back. Because what you'll notice is there's no delay between defending and attacking. The attackers immediately start spawning once I kill off the last of the defenders. So that's been done now, the control point's cleared, and immediately the attackers will start spawning there, defend control point. Now I know the spawns to this control point. There's this one here, this door here, and one just round that corner through that green fence, which they have spawned through. Now I have randomly, there's some open world allies over there of the JTF, so it's causing them to aggro over there a little bit, which is allowing me to enjoy a bit of peace. So I'm going to go and push this elite soldier here. There's always one elite when it comes to a control point that defends, and one elite that attacks, and that is your enemy leader. If you're on a higher difficulty, there'll be a lot more elites, but there's always this sort of, I don't know, super elite. I wouldn't say there's anything crazy super about them, but there's one. So on this occasion, I'm gonna kill his ammo pack. So if you saw there, I shot his ammo thing, and now he's reloading, and you can see how his armor slowly depletes. I shot his ammo thing again, he couldn't shoot me, but on higher difficulties, that's very effective in order to control the amount of damage you're going to take from them. So when you're fighting those tanks with the big armor, and they're quite chunky, big boned people, you know, he's a big guy. He's a big guy with a big gun. They hit hard, but they also are very slow at reloading. So if you break the ammo chain, life's chill. So we're going to loot the room again. You can loot this, I think, once a day, or I don't know if it resets when you reset the map. I'm not sure, but for now it's once a day. That's all I remember. I never really get much loot in here that I bother with. in the late game, but during the playthrough, the loot is quite useful, especially as you level up, because you want to try and keep your gear at that level. So I've teleported back now to the control point that we overtook, and I'm going to fill him up. I've already got all my caches now, and this has completed the project that I was on about, the Liberation project, and unlocked the bounty for Meat Wagon. So I'm going to teleport to the other control point that we own now, Fallen Cranes, and we're going to head north up to Meat Wagon. Now, when you see a name of Meat Wagon, you're really expecting some really beefy fat guy.
Target is nearby.
If there is a beefy fat guy up here, I never met him. But yeah, we're going to walk up here. This is near the current Christmas event bounty that's going on. We're going to kill all of these guys. My drone will help me as well. Now, with the bounty being open world, it does mean that open world people can get involved. Now, whether that's your allies or other factions, where the bounty target starts fighting other factions and vice versa, or the same faction joins in, it can happen. It can be annoying, especially on higher difficulties, because you're in this routine of trying to, do a specific routine of killing everyone, and then suddenly it's thrown out of whack. So be very wary of your surroundings and who's attacking and who's whatnot, because the open world offers surprises at you, and it's not as simple as going through a mission and a specific spawn points and triggers. So I've cleared out this spawn down there, and it's now triggering a new spawn of the next stage or next wave of this bounty, and they've happened to have spawned right next to me on the left in a doorway.
That's the target agent.
They've been cleared there, and we're now going to finish off. This is the Meat Wagon boss, known as Butcher. I expected someone bigger. I really did. Now, the sniper, when you're leveling up, if you can hit your shots, is actually really convenient, because you can see 5,334 to the head. That's a lot of damage to hit someone with at this level. It really wiped. I mean, he has that purple had nearly full health when I took him down with one shot. So if you've got a sniper that's around the level you're currently at, it's very convenient. And there, as you saw, 2 random open world enemies that would be a lot more dangerous if you're on a high difficulty. But that's the end of today. Bit of open world action, control points, bounty, and tomorrow we're going back to some mission work. Thank you. Peace out.